Hey, hello YouTube, man. How you guys doing today? We're going to try this again. This is actually round 2. A little while ago I was making a video and it just cut off in the middle of the video. So here we go again. Anyway, this is my latest update. I am in Keller, Texas. I delivered this. I'm delivering this load. They're unloading it right now. And hopefully I'll have enough time to make this video before they're done. And then I'm going to the house. But anyway, before I do, I wanted to thank all you guys for the comments that you've been leaving on my videos. Man, it's been a huge encouragement to me. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I've gotten pretty down and pretty discouraged because it's just like, you know, right out of the box, you know, problem after problem after problem, you know, and it's all minor shit, you know, but I mean the minor shit's all adding up, you know, and many I'm getting discouraged, and you know, the comments that y'all have made, you know, really positive, really supportive, and really encouraging, and it's made a huge difference, and you know, it's really kind of, you know, motivated me to keep, you know, pushing forward, you know, which I'm not going to quit anyway. I'm a stubborn son of a bitch, you know, but you know, there's a point at which, you know, it just, you know, you just kind of want to throw your hands up and give up, you know, and man, I'll tell you, it's been rough, man. It has been rough, but you know, it all comes out in the wash, you know. I mean, I knew when I bought this truck, it's an older truck, you know, it's a 97. I knew when I bought it that it was going to be maintenance heavy in the first year. I don't know anything about the maintenance history on the truck. I don't know anything about what it's been through, what's been done to it. You know, I know what I've been told, but, you know, what I've been told may not be the truth, you know, and you know, and so, you know, I knew it was going to be maintenance heavy, but I want to be proactive about fixing everything and not reactive. You know, I want to fix everything before it breaks, being proactive. I don't want to have to wait until it breaks and then have to be reactive to fix it all, you know, and that's what I've been doing. Is I've just been trying to play catch up, you know. It's like every time I turn around, something breaks, and I got to fix it, you know, and there's still things that you know, have to be fixed, you know. There's the air conditioner, which I'm getting closer to narrowing that down, and I really think I've figured out what's wrong with it. I just got to figure out why. I got a wire I got to track down. I got a friend of mine who's a mechanic who's coming over tomorrow to help me look at a few things. I'm going to get the front brakes completely replaced. Probably not tomorrow, because I'm going to go home and have a barbecue tomorrow, and I got a friend coming over and we're going to work on the truck and do a few things to it. But maybe Sunday or Monday I'm going to take the truck down and get the front brakes replaced. It's the first real proactive thing that I've been able to do, and you know, it's good. But you know, I make really good money out here, you know, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people that have been doing this longer than me that, you know, will kind of laugh at what I make, you know, that they do a whole lot better. But my recent settlement was about $9,000, you know, and you know, just under $9,000, and so it was a pretty good paycheck, you know. But I didn't get all that, you know. I mean, my company's put forth most of the money on the tires. I paid $1,200 cash for the tires. My company paid $3,800. I got to pay that back, you know. My company paid the repair bill to send the tow truck out to pick me up. They paid for the second starter to be replaced. I paid for the first one. You know, they've paid for a few other things, you know, here and there that have had to be done to the truck, you know, and so you know, you got your tags, permits, plates, my New York Hut sticker. I had to pay for that. The company doesn't pay for it. I pay for it. My insurance with the company is $255, and then $120 for an annual rider program. You know, and all that stuff came out, you know. Getting the decal work done on the truck, you know, they paid for that, but you know, it comes out of my settlement, and that's kind of the price you got to pay, price I got to pay, because they only take 20%, you know. They don't take anything else off the top, you know, and so their profit margin's pretty small, and I don't mind paying those things because they're incidental, you know. They're not real expensive, but you know, it's all come out at one time, and you know, with $4,000 for almost $5,000 total in repair work that they've paid for, fronted me up front. You know, they're taking it out three 3 different payments. It's been trying. So, you know, I mean, there was over $5,000 in deductions that came out of my check, you know, and a good part of that was fuel, you know. I mean, I'd say over half of that was fuel. Probably about 2,000, maybe 2,200 was repair stuff, you know. But still, you know, so I walked out with about $2,500, you know, and $2,500 really isn't all that great, especially when you consider everything that I got to do to this truck and everything that I'm trying to do to the truck, you know. But so, you know, it gets discouraging, you know, and man, it's easy for me to get down, you know, and look at all the problems that are happening, you know, and you know, one of the things that I learned a long time ago is that when you focus on the problems, all you see are problems. You know, you start focusing on the solution, and then you don't see the problems anymore. You see the way to correct the problems. You know, and so that's what I'm trying to do, is stay focused on the solution and not so focused on the problem. Okay, and y'all have been a huge help in that, you know, and a real great encouragement, man. And I really appreciate each and every one of y'all out there for watching. I appreciate y'all for the comments that you made, for being supportive. You know, y'all are awesome. Last couple of days, you know, since my last update, nothing bad. Nothing. I have nothing bad to report. Fuel mileage still isn't where I want it at. I mean, it's pretty piss poor, honestly. But hell, let's take a look out here, out back, and look at this. See? Oh, shit. Let's see. You'll see what I'm talking about. See that? See how much of that trailer I'm catching right there? Alright, well, I've got that on both sides, and then let's see if it'll clear up. Man, you're not gonna be able to see the top of it. Yeah, anyway, I've got, you see that big edge on the trailer? I'm catching that on both sides because I don't have the side fairings that run the wind around the trailer, and I don't have the wind deflector on the top. So my fuel mileage is you know, taking a bit of a hit, but I thought that I'd get a little bit better than what I'm getting, and I haven't sat down and crunched the numbers probably in the last 3 or 4 fuel ups. So mainly because I've been discouraged, and I didn't want anything else to discourage me by looking at it and seeing I'm only getting 5-something miles per gallon. But you know, and honestly, that's why I haven't done it. You know, I didn't want anything else to discourage me. I just wanted to drive. So I've got the numbers, and when I get home, I'll sit down and I'll crunch them, and I'll try to figure it out. But I don't think I'm getting the fuel mileage that I want to get. So I really need to do some work and figure out what I can do to improve the fuel mileage, other than replacing the fairings and the top. I don't drive fast. I don't drive hard. I'm light on the pedal. Yeah, it sounds like they're almost done with it. I'm light on the pedal. I drive, you know, a little bit. I'm not going to drive 58 miles an hour. Y'all can forget that shit. You know, I don't give a damn what Kevin Rutherford does, man. I'm not driving no 58 miles an hour. I drive 60 to 66 miles an hour. A lot of that depends on what's going on at the time and how tight the schedule is. If the schedule's not that tight, then I push 60 miles an hour, maybe 62. If the schedule's tight, then I'll push it up to 64, 65, 66. In the last couple of days, I pushed it a hell of a lot harder than that. I've been on such a tight schedule. I left from Weatherford, went down to San Antonio, delivered a load in San Antonio, picked up a load in San Antonio, and took it to Oklahoma and delivered it. I drove about 750 miles, and I had to get it all done that day, so I was pushing the speed limit. Or as some friends of mine say, I was running this thing at a high rate of fuel consumption. And I knew that I was going to be taxed on the fuel on that. And honestly, I really don't think I did all that bad, you know. I mean, it's a lot better off than I thought, you know. I'm not really sure how that worked out that way, but, you know, I mean, it did. So, fueled up 2 times on 3 loads. Okay, the load that I delivered and went home on, I fueled up there $355, I think, or $325, and then $266, I think, yesterday to fuel up. And I'm sitting here at half a tank right now. And so the fuel up, the first fuel up, $300 and something, which I don't know how many gallons that was. Yeah, it's 110, 112 gallons, somewhere in that area, in Weatherford. That carried me down to San Antonio and most of the way back up to Oklahoma. And then I stopped in Texas and at a Petro and fueled up last night, and that took me the rest of the way to Oklahoma, all the way to Hawkins, Texas, and then over here to Keller, Texas, and I'm sitting at half a tank now. So honestly, I don't think it's been that bad, you know. I'm not, but it's not where I think it should be, you know. I mean, I just don't feel like I'm getting the fuel mileage that I ought to get. So it's definitely something that I do want to look at, but nothing bad has happened. I mean, it's been smooth sailing. I've got one issue that did occur in the truck, and I don't have a clue what caused that to happen. I was rerouted through rush hour traffic in San Antonio, and trying to avoid the traffic, I took a worse route, and it was stop and go traffic for about an hour. And the truck started to run pretty damn hot. It was running a little over 180 degrees, and my truck doesn't run 180 degrees. It runs just under 155, probably about 140 is about the normal operating range, 140 degrees. And it was up at a little over 180, and so I reached down and I clicked the engine fan on, and left the engine fan running for, you know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, long enough to bring the temperature down. And I hit the interstate and started to pick up speed, and I started to lose power, and the engine light came on, and so I moved over towards the side of the road, and the engine died. And so I coasted onto the side of the road. I turned everything off. I checked the code. It was throwing code 343, which is this is a Cummins Select Plus engine, N14, and 343, I don't remember what it is, but anyway, it's a communication error. I looked it up a while back because it threw the code one other time. There's a communication error on pin something or another, and so what I did the last time is I went to the ECM. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the ECM, electronic control module. I went to the ECM and I jiggled around the cords, and the code cleared up. Well, this time when I turned the engine fan on, it started throwing that code again, and well, it killed the engine. One of the symptoms it says that it'll do is it said you might be nothing, and this engine might stumble and die. So that's what happened. So I went ahead and turned it back on, and the code cleared up. I went on about my business. I haven't had a problem since. But I also haven't used the engine fan again. The last time that happened, the first time it happened, which was when I pulled into the Petro in Weatherford, coming home, that exact same process. My engine was running a little hot because I was sitting in rush hour traffic for a little bit. I flipped the switch for the engine fan, turned the engine fan on so it would cool down. About 5 minutes after turning the engine fan on, it threw the 343 code. Of course, my engine didn't die that time. I got all the way home, and that's when I, did what I did. So I do have that, and it's a little bit concerning. I do want to pay attention to it. But other than that, nothing bad's happened. It's been smooth sailing. The truck's run great. This load here was 46,000 pounds. The truck struggled a little bit with it. One of the things that I want to do is I want to get the truck down to Cummins and have them tune the ECM to get me more horsepower and a little bit better fuel economy. See what they can do to work on my power and fuel economy a little bit, just with the ECM. That's one of the things that I do have planned, to be proactive about the truck. So that's kind of the update. Nothing really bad this time. Everything's been good. I'm fixing to go home. Like I said, we're going to work on the air conditioner tomorrow, try to get it working again. I'm going to work on the brakes this week, get them done. I want to get a collection of hoses and clamps for the engine compartment. Get me some spare wire. I've got a clearance light on the tractor that is broken. The light itself still works, but where it's connected to the tractor broke. I don't know how the hell that happened, but I got to replace it. You know, and honestly, you know, that's about it for right now. So other than that, it's just cleaning things up and then relaxing. We're going to do barbecue at the house tomorrow. I got a couple really good friends coming over, love them to death. We're going to kick back and visit and barbecue some burgers and sausage and, you know, do whatever. And we're going to come out and work on the truck a little bit, you know, and have a good time. You know, and then I'm just going to relax for a few days. With all the deductions that I have coming out, I can't really afford to take a whole week off, which is what I plan to do. So, you know, what I'm going to do is just take, you know, probably till next Thursday off, which is damn near a week, you know, 6 days. I'll take 6 days off. I'll work on the truck and get everything that I can get done to it, and then it's back out to work, you know, and try to get this debt paid off that I racked up with Triple C. Definitely want to get them paid off so that we can start putting money aside, because I want to do a full engine overhaul. I know that there's some people that say I don't need to, but I want to do a full engine overhaul. I don't know what this truck's been through, and I would rather be proactive and start fresh. And if I can get a full engine overhaul, especially if I can get a full engine overhaul that comes with a warranty, you know, then I'm a step ahead of the game, you know. I do want to get the fluids changed in my differentials and my transmission, because I don't know when it was changed last. I don't know what's in there, you know, so I want to get that done. And I want to do an oil change, because I'm going to go ahead and put some Mobile Delvac synthetic, you know, high mileage oil in there. I'm burning a little bit more oil. I was only burning about a half a gallon every 9 days or so, which comes out to about a gallon and a half a month. And I guess that's probably about where I'm still at with it. I'm burning about a gallon and a half a month. I've put in this month that I've been out, I've either put a gallon and a half or I've put 2 gallons in for the whole month. I think it's a gallon and a half is what I put in. And I guess that concerns me a little bit, because I'm used to driving trucks that don't leak, period, at all. And this truck does tend to leave a couple little oil drips, nothing serious, no puddles, you know, or anything like that. But I've got a lot of seepage on the engine block that I don't like either. And so I want to get all that stuff fixed. You know, and so I do definitely plan on doing a rebuild. Let me go ahead and cut this loose, man, because I think they're almost done with me, and they're going to call me here when I'm done, and I'd rather just go ahead and end the video out before they do that. I'll get this posted up tonight when I get home and get on Wi-Fi. Man, y'all take care. Again, thanks for the support. Stay tuned. Keep watching. And again, you know, after everything I've been through with this truck, I would rather have this truck than one of the new pieces of shit that they've got out. I don't regret this truck one bit. I would much rather have this truck than a piece of shit, you know, with EGR, SCR, you know, DEF, and all them fucking stupid alphabets. So, you know, I don't regret that a bit. And even though it's cost me dearly to get this thing started, and it's been discouraging, you know, I wouldn't change it for nothing, man. And if you were to ask me today, hey, you know, I mean, I've been driving as a company driver. I got the money. Should I become an owner-operator? I'd tell you, goddamn right. Hell yeah, you should. All right, man, it's your favorite Texas trucker, man. I love all y'all, man. I appreciate your support. And y'all keep watching. Things are going to get better. All right, peace out.